Hi guys, so here's everything you need to know about the iPhone 14. On the 7th of September 2022, Apple unveiled a few products, which includes the iPhone 14, the Apple Watch Series 8, the Apple Watch Ultra, the Apple Watch SE. So today our focus is going to be on the iPhone 14, while we're going to talk about the Watch series in another video. So if you've not subscribed, this is a good time to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that when we drop that video, you'll be the first to see it. Now on the 14, we have the iPhone 14, the iPhone 14 Plus, the iPhone 14 Pro, and the iPhone 14 Pro Max. It's important to know that the iPhone 14 doesn't have a mini, unlike the 13 and the 12. One thing you should know about the iPhone 14 is how similar it looks to the iPhone 13. I really do not, like, if I'm going to get a new phone or if I'm going to upgrade, I'm expecting some sort of bodily design that makes me feel special. For the iPhone 14, honestly, I expected a different design. I expected a more interesting design. You know, like prototypes we were seeing online even long before now. I was expecting something more. I thought Apple would have taken a cue from that to make something more interesting. But sadly, they did not. Because again, if you're getting this for clout, if you get the pouch and you whip it up on it, somebody with a 13, right, you guys come into the same place, it would not be noticed that you're using a 14 because the notch is the same and the sizes are the same. So I advise just stay with your 13. Here's why I say they are the same. Now, just like the 13, the 14 also has the A15 Bionics, which is the same thing with the 13. It has no specific difference. The iPhone 14 comes in 4 colors. It comes in midnight, starlight purple, red, and blue. Like I said before, they came up with a new few features. These new features are the display, the camera, and connectivity. Now, when I say camera, I don't mean like they improved the camera pixels, right? On the 14, it's still the same 12 megapixels, right? But when I say connectivity now, here is where they try to play with a few things. As regards the connectivity, for example, in the US, they took out the physical SIM and they made it just into digital SIM. And also, it also has this feature where it can connect to the satellite. This is a very amazing and useful feature, especially when you're in a place that has no network coverage. This is a very useful feature, all right? So you can still send messages. And one thing you should know is for you to actually connect to the satellite, it actually needs a variety of, big hardwares and a couple of devices to do that. But iPhone managed to incorporate that into the iPhone 14, which is very interesting. And it doesn't just leave you to start looking for where it is. It has a UI that actually points you in the right direction. That's a very cool feature. It helps you, it saves a life. Back to something I said about the eSIM feature. Now, the eSIM feature is a very nice feature. Yes, it takes out some things and makes the phone even more durable, right? But for us in Nigeria, it is not so much of a great idea. And for people in maybe other countries. Now, some carrier networks in Nigeria do not have an eSIM feature yet. So what happens to us? What would we use? So are we forced to change our numbers? Are we forced to change our carriers because there's no SIM tray? Like we have noticed over time in Nigeria, most of the people that order their phone order from the US. We mostly use the orders from US because there is a limit on the Dubai, on the Asian one. The iPhones are created in the Asian parts of the world. Basically, it has a click sound, a camera click sound, which makes every time you take a picture, which can be annoying sometimes. And for the one from Dubai, it basically doesn't allow you to use FaceTime because FaceTime is banned in Dubai. An upside to this eSIM feature is that in Nigeria currently, there are basically a few brands that do not have an eSIM feature. I feel like it's going to push them to upgrade their SIM cards to have the eSIM feature. Whereas we already have MTN, who already has an eSIM feature currently running in Nigeria. So if you're using an MTN SIM card, you actually do not need to worry about this. You can get your phone from the US and voila, you can use it anyhow you would like because MTN allows for the digital SIM, that means the eSIM feature. Now, talking about the display of the iPhone 14, is the same thing with the iPhone 13. I'm not even joking. It's not different. It's just that it's brighter. The same OLED display, but brighter. That's just it. All right, let's talk about the camera now. It has a few different features from the 13, but it's basically the same thing, because it's 12 megapixels still. It comes with a very interesting feature, which is the camera stabilization. I feel like they are late on this because Google Pixel already did this and Samsung did this in the past, but it's actually a good feature. Now, I feel like the modes that they showed us in, it probably would just work well with certain videos, especially the ones they use for their demo videos. You understand, they obviously want to make it look best. But we need to get our hands on this phone, then try it out and see if it really works as we would want, because sometimes it can be in a moving train, you can be in a moving vehicle, and it probably will not be as stable as possible, especially in roads that are in Nigeria. You get it? Alright, to summarize, so iPhone 14 is basically just iPhone 13 with camera stabilization, a brighter screen, and better battery life. And yes, connectivity as well, which you probably will not use so much in Nigeria because we have, I don't want to say we have a poor SOS system, but then again, we do have a poor SOS system, but I feel like this might as well push our system to increase their SOS services. That being said, let's go right into the Pro version of the iPhone 14. Now, in the Pro version of the iPhone 14 is where Apple actually did something really nice. The Pro version of the iPhone 14 is actually it comes with a few nice features. I really like them. At least it's very interactive. It comes with something called the dynamic island, which from what I hear, everybody laughed at it when they heard it in the convention. Apple just likes to name things differently. I feel like this dynamic island they're talking about, Samsung already had it in the past, but it's actually a nice feature for the iPhone because it looks really good. It's very beautiful, trust me. Now, what this is like an active control panel or a notification panel. Now, whenever you get a notification, it actually expands. I like it so much. It's beautiful. While for me, I feel I like things that are different. Not exactly because it is new, just because it is different. It might not be cool initially, but because it is different, I like it. But using it over time, it probably would not be so functional to me again. When, of course, I can just, swipe down and swipe back up. Now, Apple is actually slow on something here. They just put in the always on display, which is really good. I like the always on display, but Samsung had been at this thing for over like 5 years now. So Apple actually came slow on this one, but again, it's a useful feature and I really like it about the iPhone 14. Still talking about the dynamic island. Now, dynamic island is very functional in the sense that if you noticed on the iPhone 13, if you open two applications that allows you to see the notifications on the top, you will notice that you can only access one at a time. For example, if you open your map and if you open, let's say, your Wi-Fi, now you have to click on it and it's probably go to the one with the most priority, which will be the map. Now, on the iPhone 14, it actually allows you to have those like when you open those apps, it gives you the notification on the dynamic island. Now that means you can see both the hotspots and you can see the map. That means you can access whichever one you want to access depending on which one you click on. You can just tap on it. For example, if you get a notification, you can just tap on it to open the app, or you can hold it down to just quick access or quick operate whatever you want to do in that app without opening the app. So that is actually a very nice feature. I like it. It's very interactive. It's something you can play with. It becomes wider, it becomes slimmer. Honestly, it's just very sweet to use. I like it. I would like to get my hands on it. That was one of the things that made me feel like I should get an iPhone. But then I don't think it's a feature worth upgrading for. I do not think so, because I feel like it will get boring over time. It's just something that is new, it's different. I like it for now, but am I willing to spend about $1,000 on that? I don't think so. But you might be willing to because you have the money. I didn't mention this earlier, but the iPhone 14 comes with two cameras, 12 megapixel and 12 megapixel. Now for the iPhone 14 Pro and the Pro Max, it comes with three cameras. So it comes with a 48 megapixel, now which is really nice. But then again, I have a problem with this. Yes, I do. Now the problem I have with this is, for a regular day-to-day user, when you're going to take a picture, it's going to take a picture in 12 megapixels. That means you're not going to utilize the 48 megapixel until you are shooting in the Pro RAW version. When you change the settings to the Pro RAW, then you can now take a picture, then it will now be able to shoot in the 48 megapixel. A day-to-day user will probably not use that. Maybe a photographer or a cinematographer or somebody that really knows what he wants to look for in a camera. But yes, camera has this extra sharpness, extra pop. It looks really nice, really. But I don't think the 48 megapixel should be something you have to go into so much settings for. I feel like it's something you could just be able to access by opening your camera. Let's use what we bought. Please don't let us go through stress. Forced to use what we bought. Thank you. One really nice feature I really do like about the iPhone 14 is the crash detection. It makes you feel like they care about you, right? Now, what this crash detection does is, if you are involved in a car crash, maybe you are driving really fast and you have an accident, and you know, sometimes people get an accident and they are not able to reach out to their phones or their passed out. Now what that does is that he immediately sends an SOS message to your contact person, your emergency contact person. It sends out a notification that you have been involved in a car crash, which is very important and which is very amazing. So that's kind of like one of the very important and nice features I like about the iPhone 14. It's good. It shows that they really do care. Not like other brands do not care, but this one, they made it seem like they care a lot about me. So that makes me feel safe. So that's it for the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Plus, Pro and Pro Max. So feel free to like this video, subscribe, share to a friend that will probably find this video helpful. And if you would like to get any gadgets, whatever you need, there's a one-stop gadget store for you, and that is Source My Gadgets. So you can visit us at www.sourcemygadget.com/shop. Feel free to follow us on every social media at Source My Gadgets. We'll be more than happy to have a relationship with you. All right, till next time, bye.